triangles. I'm going to make it as easy as possible. How many remember what it means to be opposite? Straight across. Okay? Straight across. You must know the word opposite today. I changed your topic a little bit. It's the same thing. All right, essential question. Now, we're not actually solving today. We will solve tomorrow. Today, we're just going to set up. But I will still, like, how do I use the trig functions? To find the missing side of a right triangle. Alright, you know special right triangles, correct? So if you see a 30, 60, 90 or a 45, 45, 90, you're going to do the ratios we already learned, correct? Okay. Now, what trig is used, and you've seen them on before on the calculator, it's that sine, cosine, tangent buttons. Now, the reason why we use trig usually is one side's given and an angle is given. Obviously you have a 90 degree angle, I'd never use a 90 degree, but like say one of the angles is a 47 degree angle. You don't know anything about a 47 degree angle, correct? But I can use trig to help me solve for the other side. Do you understand? And I can solve for all sides if I want to, but that's what trig is used for. It's used for when you're given a 23 degree angle or a 64 degree angle or any angle that's not 30, 60, 90, 45, 45, 90. Make sense? You have to have a right triangle, so one of them always is 90 degrees. Got it? Okay, let's talk about what these trig ratios are. The first one is sine. It is abbreviated SIN. It is still called sine. Understand? Okay, your sine is opposite over hypotenuse. We know what a hypotenuse is, right? It's what? It's the longest side. It's always across from what angle? The 90 degree. Okay, opposite means what? Across from it. So depending on what angle I'm using, I'm going to go opposite, and I'm going to use hypotenuse. Understood? Okay. Next, cosine. Literally spelled co. Sine. On the calculator, it's COS, which is still called, we say cosine. We do not say cos. We say cosine. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent over hypotenuse. What does it mean to be adjacent? Next to it. Adjacent means next to. Hypotenuse is still the same thing that it was in the first one. Right? It's still across the 90 degree angle. The hypotenuse does not change. Opposite and adjacent depend on your angle. Got it? And the last one is tangent, which we abbreviate as TAN, which is still tangent. Opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. We're going to look at this triangle ABC. Good? Questions? Okay. We are going to look at angle A. So highlight, circle, do something so you know we're looking at angle A. Only angle A. Ready? Label the hypotenuse. Where is the hypotenuse located? What segment is the hypotenuse? AB. It's always across from what angle? 90. So label it, the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse never changes, right? That's always the same thing, always across from a 90-degree angle. Okay? We good? Okay, on your paper, we're going to look at angle A and we want to label the opposite. Where's the opposite located? BC. Therefore, where's adjacent located? AC. Remember we said adjacent means what?
Next to it.
Next to it. So let's label that as being next to it. Bless you. All right? Does that make sense? Are there questions? Now, if I did a different angle, we never use the right angle, but if I did a different angle like angle B, would your opposite change? Wonderful, someone can let her. Does opposite change when looking at angle B?
No.
This is still going to be the opposite?
No.
No, it's going to change, right? It's not going to always be the same, but the one thing that doesn't change is what? The hypotenuse. Okay? Right there. For IM1, yeah. All right, so let's make a chart. I'm going to make it as easy as possible for you guys. We're going to memorize this chart a little bit. It's going to help us set up our problems. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse, correct? Cosine is what? Good, adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent? Opposite over adjacent. This is going to help me set up my problem in the next thing. Do you understand? So this is easier to memorize than the top part. The top part was just explaining, but this is easier to memorize. Examples. Where you're going to find sine of angle A, cosine of angle B, oh, sorry, still A, and tangent of angle A. So we're still going to find sine of angle A, cosine of angle A, and tangent of angle A. I would just skip down to the bottom or just watch it and do it later on YouTube. So here's A, here's B, here's C. Good so far? This is 25, 24, and 7. Obviously, I'm not drawing the scale. I'll let you do that first. If you're done with that, you can start by making like the table. We're not going to fill it in yet. I'm going to show you what to do in a second. So just go ahead and make your table lines. We good? Questions? Okay. What I want you to do right now is this. So we're looking for, anytime you're looking for the angle, whatever angle you're looking for, tomorrow it's not going to be angle A. It's going to say like 36 degrees. Do you understand? And we're going to actually plug that in here. So we're going to put sine of A, cosine of A, tangent of A. If it was 36 degrees, we would say sine of 36, tangent of 30. Do you understand? So we're going to put whatever our angle is in the chart. So sine of angle A, cosine of angle A, tangent of angle A. The angle is always the same all the way across. Yes? Okay. Next, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. Yes? All I did was put those there, so I now know what I'm looking for. Are there questions? I've not done anything. All I did was fill in from up here, down here. Yes? Okay, here comes the numbers. Let's go circle what angle we're looking for. Which angle is that? A. So either circle it, highlight it, do something so you know that's the angle you're looking for. Label your hypotenuse, because the hypotenuse doesn't change, so which one is the hypotenuse? 25. So label it H. Looking at angle A, what is opposite of angle A? Which one? 24.
Wait a minute, what?
A. If I'm looking for angle A, I cover it, and what do I see?
Yeah, never mind. I was thinking about,
Adjacent to angle A means it needs to be next to it, which is side what? 7. Yeah, CA, which is 7. Got it? Label your hypotenuse first. The reason why is people get stuck on adjacent, and they're like, well, is it 7 or is it 25? Well, it has to be, that has to be the hypotenuse, right? Okay, this is all you're going to do. You ready? Plug in. So if I'm looking for opposite, what's opposite? 24. Everybody say O, put in 24. Hypotenuse is H. So what is my hypotenuse? So everybody say H, or plug in 25. And adjacent is what? Good? Questions? Okay. A ratio is a what? Fraction. So I'm going to say sine of angle A is equal to, what's my fraction?
24.
Oh, 24 over 25. It's a nice little chart for me. Cosine of A is the next fraction, which is what? 7 over 25. And tangent of A is 24 over 7. Questions? That's now forever hold your peace. Okay. Ready? We're going to do it again.
that's how we're doing it.
Yeah. That review of last week. So what's going to happen is tomorrow's notes is going to be on how to solve. We're not solving anything yet. We're just setting up today. If you notice, we haven't solved anything. It's just putting it in and pulling it out of the chart. Tomorrow's going to be based on solving for X. So we're going to have missing sides we're actually going to solve for. Then Wednesday we're going to have a group activity where we're outside solving again. You'll have a homework review on solving. Well, Thursday is going to be a review on special right triangles and trig, because Friday, guess what? It's a quiz. Welcome. Here we go.
Did you tell us this last week?
Yes, I did. All right, I have given you your triangle. I want you to find sine of A, cosine of A, and tangent of A. I want you to go through right now and label hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent. Before you even plug in, label hypotenuse, opposite, and adjacent. Go in that order. Check with the person next to you if you have your opposite, hypotenuse, and adjacent labeled correctly. Okay, your chart should look like this no matter what, yes? Okay, I have circled the angle A. I need to know my hypotenuse. Which one is my hypotenuse? 62. That should be easy. Everyone should have that right, correct? Okay, opposite of A is what? 12. Adjacent of A? 24. Who has it labeled correctly? Good. If you can do that, we can solve this problem. Okay, opposite is what again? 12. So plug it in. Hypotenuse is what? So plug that in. Adjacent is what?
24.
Good. Alright, let's go find our answers. Ready? Sine of A equals 12 over 62, which I have to reduce to be what?
3 over 18. Oh, wait. 1
Nope.
over 6.
Nope. What are you dividing by first? 2. So 2,
6 over 32.
6 over 31.
1.
Cosine of A. 24 over 62, which reduces to what? Divide by 2. 12 over 31. And tangent of A, which is 12 over 24, which reduces to 1/2. How many of you had it right except for you didn't reduce? Not bad. How many of you had it right completely? Some of you are still sitting here looking at me like I'm crazy. That's normal.
It is.
I don't take offense. Not offended. Where are you stuck? We're not? Wonderful. So you'll pass the quiz on Friday.
You say you're not offended.
No.
It's not like you're really gonna do like crazy. You're really gonna do math.
But they look at me like I'm crazy.
Well, why you? You have nothing to do with it.
I don't know. Ask them. All right, do it again. But now I want sine of B, cosine of B, and tangent of B. So I would take a different color and go highlight or label. Sine of B, cosine of B, and tangent of B. Make sure you fill in the chart. It makes it easier for tomorrow. Check with the person next to you. I check before you start solving, because what if you plugged in incorrectly? So I check before you start solving. Check your table. go. I'm going to go back to the triangle. I'm going to circle letter B because that's the angle I'm looking for now. Yes? Hypotenuse, does it change? No, still the same 62. Opposite is what though? Very good. And adjacent is now what? Very good. So I've changed the color so you can see the difference. Yes? Always. Those opposites. Sine of B is what? 24. So opposite is 24. Hypotenuse is still 62. Adjacent is now? Very good. We have the chart right. Good. If we can do the chart, we can solve the problem. Sine of angle B is 24 over 62, which reduces to what? 12 over 31. Cosine of angle B equals 12 over 62, which reduces to what? 6 over 31. Tangent of angle B is equal to 24 over 12, which reduces to 2 over 1. We good? We got it right. Good. Some of you are frantically writing. Why? Listen, your homework is asking for a sine of only one angle. Or it's asking for cosine of one angle. My suggestion to you is this. You fill this all in. Yes? But if it only asks for sine, then you only give that answer. Got it? You need to practice this. Should I be labeling O-H-A-H-O-A? Yes. All the time. Opposite hypotenuse, adjacent hypotenuse, opposite adjacent. Every single time. Okay? If there's a side missing, so let's pretend that this is missing. Right? If there's something missing, what do we do on the 30, 60, 90s? You draw a line. Okay? So let's just say there's something missing, there's no hypotenuse, so then there's a line there. Got it? That's all you have to do. You're mainly doing it to learn to set up. Because this is the hardest part, is finding opposite and adjacent. I know it sounds weird, but it is. Yeah, because tomorrow we use the calculator. Okay? So this is the hardest part, is finding opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Plugging this part in is where you get confused. Tomorrow it's going to look more like 63 degrees and x. Okay? We got it? So I want you to set this up. Even though you're only picking one of these as my answer, you're still setting up the chart. Are there questions? Okay, you have a summary? Any questions to it? I'll pass out the homework in a couple minutes. The homework also has a review of 30, 60, 90, 45, 45, 90. It might not make sense unless you watch.
I have to watch anyways, so I'm